Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're diving into the world of hidden treasures as we explore the top 4 most expensive and ultra-rare U.S. Washington quarter-dollar coins. These silver quarters with the P and D mint marks may look dirty or ordinary, but to collectors and investors, some of them could actually be worth thousands or even millions of dollars today. So before you spend that old quarter, stick around, because you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. First up, coin number 1. The 1965 Washington quarter, without a mint mark, is one of those coins that looks deceptively ordinary. To most people, it's just a quarter, the kind that jingles at the bottom of your pocket or sits forgotten in a change jar. But behind its worn and dirty surface lies one of the most fascinating stories in U.S. coinage, a tale of transition, mystery, and unimaginable value. This quarter, born in a turbulent time for American currency, has the potential to transform a simple piece of change into a key that unlocks fortune overnight. To understand why the 1965 quarter holds such allure, you need to step back in time to that very year. America had just ended its long tradition of striking quarters, dimes, and half dollars in 90% silver. Rising silver prices had made the cost of minting coins greater than their face value, and the government knew it had to change. So, in 1965, the mint introduced a new composition, clad coinage made of copper and nickel layered together. From that point forward, quarters were no longer struck in silver, at least not officially. This change marked a historic turning point, and it is exactly in such turning points that legends are born. Because the switch happened so suddenly, a small number of 1,965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets intended for 1964 coins. These are the holy grail of modern quarters. At first glance, they look like every other 1965 quarter. No mint mark, George Washington's familiar profile, the American eagle on the reverse. But under the surface, they carry the rare and precious soul of silver, making them worth not 25 cents, but thousands or even millions, depending on condition. Now imagine holding one of these coins in dirty, circulated condition. To an untrained eye, it's just worn-down pocket change. But the silver glint beneath the grime tells another story. A single mistake at the mint in 1965 created coins so rare that collectors would pay unimaginable sums to own one. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you may very well be holding a coin powerful enough to change your fortune overnight. The beauty of the 1965 quarter is not just in its rarity, but in the suspense it carries. Every time you come across a quarter from that year, the possibility lingers. Could this be one of the silver ones? Could this little piece of metal, so common in appearance, be the doorway to riches? That's the magic of coins. They hide their value in plain sight, waiting for someone with sharp eyes and curiosity to uncover the truth. The Washington quarter itself had already been in circulation for over 3 decades by 1965. First minted in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, it quickly became one of the most enduring designs in American currency. But the 1965 issue, struck during the chaotic transition from silver to clad, gave birth to one of the most captivating chapters in the coin's history. It was no longer just a symbol of the founding father. It became a bridge between the old silver age and the new era of base metals. Collectors today hunt tirelessly for these rare silver-struck 1965 quarters. They search through old rolls, inherited jars, and estate collections, hoping to stumble upon one of the mistakes that slipped through unnoticed. Some have found them, and when they did, those discoveries shook the numismatic world. Auctions for such coins can soar into astronomical figures, proving that what looks like a worthless coin can be a treasure of immense proportions. The story of this quarter also carries a deeper meaning. It reminds us that fortune often hides where the world least expects it. Something as small and overlooked as a quarter, dirty and worn, can hold the key to wealth beyond imagination. It teaches us that patience, knowledge, and a keen eye can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Think of the symbolism. A coin minted during a time of uncertainty, stripped of its silver by law, yet still carrying traces of the old wealth in a few rare survivors. It's almost poetic, as if history itself refused to let go of the silver age without leaving behind a secret gift for future generations to discover. Every 1965 quarter you encounter could hold a story, but only a handful carry the story of silver. And those are the coins that make headlines, that make collectors' hearts race, and that can make you a millionaire overnight. If you have one, you must never rush to sell it cheap. Its power lies not just in its metal, but in its legend, in the fact that it was never meant to exist. That is a true magic that turns a coin into a life-changing treasure. So the next time you see a 1965 Washington quarter, don't dismiss it. Look at it closely, hold in the light, and consider the possibilities. It could be nothing more than pocket change, or it could be the rare silver misstrike worth millions, a coin that could rewrite your destiny in a single night. This is not just money. It is mystery, history, and fortune all wrapped into one small, round piece of metal. Next up, the 1979 Washington quarter with the Denver Mint mark is one of those coins that might seem like nothing special when you first lay eyes on it. It could be scratched, dirty, or faded from years of circulation. Yet beneath its worn appearance lies a story that makes it far more valuable than most people could ever imagine. This coin is more than just metal. It is a piece of history, a symbol of America's evolving currency, and for a lucky few, a ticket to overnight fortune. When collectors speak of unimaginable value, this is the kind of coin they whisper about, because its mystery is as powerful as its potential worth. To understand why the 1979 D quarter captures so much attention, you must know what the Washington quarter represents. First introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington, this coin became an enduring part of American life. By the late 1970s, it had already witnessed decades of change in design, in composition, and in the American economy. But what makes the 1979 D quarter fascinating is not just its age or its image of Washington. It is the possibility of hidden variations, rare minting errors, and mysterious features, like a silver tone sticker effect or unusual planchet, that elevate beyond a simple 25-cent coin. During the 1970s, quarters were struck from copper-nickel-clad planchets, with a copper core sandwiched between nickel layers. The era of 90% silver quarters had ended in 1964, and silver had become too expensive to use in circulation. Yet mistakes at the U.S. Mint have always found a way to slip through the cracks. Sometimes leftover silver planchets from earlier years were struck by accident. Other times, experimental coins or unusual pressings gave birth to anomalies that today are worth fortunes. A 1979 quarter that carries any hint of silver coloring, an unusual sticker-like appearance, or weighed outside the standard range can set collectors buzzing with excitement. Imagine finding one of these coins in dirty condition, tossed aside as if it were nothing. To an ordinary person, it's just change. But to a collector with a trained eye, that same coin could be worth thousands or even millions because of its rarity. The thought alone that such unimaginable value could hide inside something so ordinary gives the 1979 D quarter its legendary aura. It's not just a coin, it's a hidden treasure, waiting for the right hands to uncover its secret. The Denver Mint itself played a vital role in producing billions of coins for circulation. The D Mint mark under Washington's bust is a small letter, but it tells a story of where that coin was born. The Denver Mint was known for efficiency and mass production, but even in such a controlled environment, accidents happened. And accidents at the Mint are what make collectors dream. Off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, unusual toning. Any one of these possibilities could transform a simple 1979 D quarter into a life-changing discovery. The history of the Washington quarter also fuels its appeal. Designed by John Flanagan, its image of Washington was chosen after much debate, and its reverse, featuring the proud eagle, became a symbol of strength and freedom. By 1979, this design was so deeply ingrained in American culture that people barely notice it anymore. And that's what makes the rare variation so powerful. They hide in plain sight, blending in with millions of ordinary coins until someone takes the time to look closer. Collectors and treasure hunters today never underestimate the power of a quarter like this. They know that fortunes can be made overnight, simply by recognizing something others overlooked. A 1979 D with silver-like quality or unique minting feature could cross the auction block for a staggering price, leaving its finder stunned at how a dirty coin from a handful of change turned into a financial windfall. Think about it. The power of such a coin is not just in its metal, but in its story. A quarter that was never meant to exist in its current form, a survivor of error, chance, or mystery. That is the kind of story collectors will pay millions to own, because it is not just an object, but a legend. And legends carry a weight of value far beyond numbers. The 1979 D quarter stands as a reminder of why coin collecting is so addictive. It's the thrill of the hunt. The idea that at any moment, an ordinary day could turn into a historic discovery. To hold one of these coins is to hold a piece of America's past, and perhaps a piece of your own future. For the person lucky enough to find the right coin, life could change overnight. The way fairy tales turn into reality. Even in dirty condition, a coin like this carries its mystery. Dirt hides details, but it cannot erase rarity. A sharp-eyed collector knows that under the grime could lie the markings of an error or anomaly worth a fortune. That's why number 1979 quarter should ever be dismissed too quickly. It could be nothing, but it could also be everything. The lesson is simple yet powerful. Never underestimate what rests in your hand. The 1979 D quarter may appear common, but history has shown us again and again that extraordinary treasures hide inside the most ordinary disguises. And if you're lucky enough to find the right one, don't let it slip away for a low price. It has the power to change your fortune in the blink of an eye, to transform you from an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. Next up, the 1977 Washington quarter with the Denver Mint mark is one of those coins that carries far more mystery than most people realize. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter, scratched, dirty, or dull from circulation, but beneath its ordinary exterior lies the possibility of unimaginable value. This coin, especially when connected with unusual features like a silver-like tone or sticker-like sheen, has captured the imagination of collectors and treasure hunters. To the right person, it could be the key to a fortune, a small piece of metal that transforms lives overnight. The Washington quarter itself has a long and rich history. First introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of America's first president, it quickly became a staple of U.S. currency. By the time the 1970s arrived, the Washington quarter had been circulating for decades and was as common as the air people breathed. Yet within that familiarity hides its greatest power. No one suspects that such an ordinary coin could be worth millions. That is the magic of coins like the 1977 D quarter. By 1965, silver had been removed from most U.S. circulating coins due to rising costs, and quarters were struck with a copper core sandwiched between nickel layers. But errors, experiments, and rare anomalies have always made their way out of the mint. The Denver Mint, where the D mark originates, was no exception. It produced millions of quarters in 1977, but among them, a handful carried hidden differences, whether in composition, strike, or finish, that today make them the stuff of legends. One of the greatest mysteries surrounding the 1977 D quarter is the possibility of silver-toned or error-struck coins. In a time when no silver quarters were supposed to exist, any hint of silver-like appearance makes collectors' hearts race. Was it struck on a leftover planchet? Did it escape quality control? Or is it an experimental striking never meant for circulation? These unanswered questions fuel the fire of its potential worth. Imagine holding a 1977 D quarter in dirty condition, with little shine left to its surface. To the average eye, it's worthless, just change to be spent without a second thought. But to a sharp-eyed collector, that same coin could mean millions. A small difference in weight, a hidden strike error, or even a mysterious surface sticker effect could catapult its value into the stratosphere. That's why stories of people finding life-changing wealth in pocket change continue to inspire treasure hunters across the world. The Denver Mint, with its long history of producing circulating coinage, has always been a symbol of mass production. But even in the most controlled environments, mistakes slip through. And those mistakes, whether double strikes, off-center strikes, or wrong metal errors, are what make the 1977 D quarter so fascinating. Each anomaly tells its own story, and each story holds a potential for immense value. Collectors treasure Washington quarters, not just for their errors, but also for their place in history. The portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, became an enduring image of leadership and strength. The reverse, featuring the proud eagle, is a reminder of America's ideals of freedom and resilience. By 1977, these designs were woven into the fabric of everyday life. That is what makes their hidden treasures so thrilling. Something people overlook daily might secretly hold the power to change everything. In the world of coin collecting, the 1977 D quarter stands as a symbol of possibility. It is proof that fortune hides in plain sight, waiting only for those who are curious enough to look deeper. It teaches us that even the smallest, dirtiest coin could be a doorway to wealth beyond imagination. Stories circulate of quarters that sold for thousands and rumors of those that might fetch millions. With every discovery, the legend of the 1977 D quarter grows. The suspense of owning such a coin comes not just from its potential value, but from its mystery. What if your coin is the one? What if the dull piece of change in your hand is actually a rare error, a forgotten experiment, or a misstruck survivor that collectors will battle over in auctions? This uncertainty, this hidden possibility, is what keeps the chase alive. Even a coin in poor, dirty condition holds promise. Dirt can hide details but cannot erase rarity. The tiniest hint of something unusual, an off-center strike, a silver sheen, or a weight anomaly, can transform it into treasure. That is why coin enthusiasts know better than to dismiss the 1977 D quarter without close inspection. Every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth fortunes. The true magic of this coin lies in its ability to turn an ordinary life into an extraordinary one overnight. Just one discovery can make someone a millionaire, even a billionaire, because rarity in coin transcends face value and taps into history, art, and mystery. For those who search, the 1977 D quarter is a symbol of hope, the idea that unimaginable fortune might be hiding in their pockets right now. So the lesson is simple yet unforgettable. Never underestimate the coin in your hand. The 1977 D Washington quarter, with its layers of mystery and its potential for fortune, is not just a piece of metal. It is a legend disguised as change. Hold it, examine it, and never let it go cheaply. Because if you're lucky enough to have the right one, it holds the power to change your fortune overnight, forever rewriting your destiny. Next up, the 1990 Washington quarter with a Philadelphia P Mint mark is one of those coins that looks like just another everyday piece of change, yet its story carries a weight of mystery and value that can leave you stunned. Imagine holding a dirty, worn quarter in your palm, its luster long faded, and realizing that this little coin could be worth millions in today's market. It is not just a coin, it is a hidden doorway to fortune, the kind of treasure that could rewrite your destiny overnight. The Washington Quarter Series began in 1932, originally created to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the nation's first president. By 1990, the design had become a permanent fixture in American currency. Millions were struck each year, making it one of the most familiar coins in circulation. Yet, within this ocean of ordinary coins lies the extraordinary, the rare, error-filled, or experimental pieces that make collectors chase them like buried treasure. The 1990 P quarter is a perfect example of how even modern coins can carry unimaginable value. This was a time when U.S. quarters were made with a copper-nickel-clad composition, and silver was long gone from circulation. But sometimes mistakes happen. A wrong planchet could have slipped in, a misstrike could have escaped unnoticed, or an unusual finish might have been accidentally released. That's why the idea of a 1990 quarter with a silver-like appearance or a strange sticker effect excites collectors. It defies the ordinary rules and opens the door to rarity. A coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint without any mint mark errors is already something intriguing. Add to it the possibility of a silver-toned surface or a unique anomaly, and suddenly you are not holding a mere 25 cents, but an artifact with the potential to be worth millions. Collectors crave what they cannot easily explain, and a 1990 P quarter with unusual traits is a prime example of this desire. Think about it. Millions of these coins pass through hands every day unnoticed, tossed into change jars, or spent without a second thought. Yet one unusual coin, overlooked by all but the sharpest eyes, could hold the power to change everything. A coin in dirty, worn condition might be dismissed as worthless, but rarity is not about beauty. It is about uniqueness. Even a damaged coin can be priceless if it holds an error or anomaly that no other coin carries. History has proven time and again that ordinary coins can yield extraordinary value. Quarters struck on the wrong metal have surfaced before, accidents that turn common coins into treasures. The 1990 quarter whispers the same promise, a reminder that fortune hides in plain sight. Every coin in your pocket is a potential ticket to wealth, if only you look closely enough. The Philadelphia Mint has a long history of producing both ordinary circulation coins and unexpected rarities. Its vast production means that mistakes, while rare, are possible. These mistakes escape unnoticed into the hands of everyday people, who often don't realize their true worth. That is why so many stories of life-changing coin finds start with someone simply examining the change in their pocket. The portrait of George Washington on the obverse is a reminder of resilience and leadership, while the eagle on the reverse embodies freedom and strength. But beyond the symbolism lies the possibility of fortune, a quiet reminder that even symbols of stability can surprise us with hidden wealth. The 1990 quarter carries that possibility, turning a coin of habit into a coin of legend. Collectors and treasure hunters alike know the thrill of the unknown. What makes the 1990p quarter so captivating is not just its potential value, but the mystery it holds. What if your coin is one of the rare ones? What if the dirty quarter you almost spent at the store is actually the key to unimaginable riches? That thought alone is enough to spark obsession. The power of this coin lies in its unpredictability. It looks ordinary, yet it might not be. It seems worthless, yet it could buy you a mansion. It is precisely this contradiction that makes it so desirable. People dream of the overnight transformation it offers, the possibility that a single coin can make them millionaires or even billionaires. A rare coin like the 1990 Washington quarter with its P mint mark teaches us an unforgettable lesson. Never underestimate what you hold in your hand. Its story is one of hidden fortune, of wealth disguised as simplicity. You could be holding a life-changing treasure and not even realize it. That is the essence of coin collecting, the endless possibility that the next coin you touch could change everything. So, if you ever come across a 1990 Washington quarter, don't rush to spend it. Don't toss it into a jar or trade it for something small. Hold it close, study it, and remember, the dirtiest, most ordinary-looking coin could hold the greatest secret of all. This coin has the power to change your fortune overnight, and that makes it one of the most valuable and exciting treasures ever struck in the United States of America. Next up, the 1993 Washington quarter with the Denver D Mint mark may look like just another everyday coin, but in truth, it carries with the power of mystery, history, and unimaginable fortune. Imagine holding a small, dirty coin in your palm, its luster worn from years of circulation, and realizing that this very piece of metal could be worth millions in today's market. It is not just 25 cents. It is a hidden key to destiny, the kind of treasure that could transform your life overnight. The Washington quarter first appeared in 1932 as a tribute to the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Its design, featuring the noble portrait of the first president, became more than just a circulating coin. It became a symbol of American endurance and leadership. By 1993, the Washington quarter had already cemented its place in history, a coin seen and used by millions. Yet within the sea of ordinary circulation pieces, there exist rare, extraordinary survivors, coins born of mistakes, anomalies, or unique traits that elevate their value far beyond imagination. At the Denver Mint in 1993, millions of quarters were struck using modern copper-nickel-clad metal. But collectors know that mistakes happen. A silver planchet might have slipped into press, a misaligned strike could have left its mark, or an unusual finish might have escaped quality control. These errors or oddities are exactly what make a coin legendary. A 1993 D quarter showing silver tones or strange surface textures could suddenly turn into a life-changing discovery, a fortune hidden in plain sight. Picture this. Countless people spending these coins every day, never stopping to look closer, never noticing the faint details that set one apart from the millions. That dirty, dull quarter at the bottom of a drawer might be hiding a minting flaw, so rare that collectors would battle fiercely to own it. And if such a coin entered an auction today, its price could soar to unimaginable heights, placing it in the hands of someone who recognizes its true worth. This is what makes the 1993 quarter so fascinating, the duality between the ordinary and the extraordinary. On the surface, it is nothing but pocket change, but to the trained eye, it could be priceless. The eagle that adorns the reverse side is not just a symbol of freedom. It may also be the guardian of hidden wealth, watching over secrets that only patience and knowledge can uncover. Many collectors have stories of finding coins like this, ones dismissed by others as worthless, only to later discover they held incredible value. The thrill of such a find is electric. The realization that you can hold a fortune without even knowing it. The 1993 D quarter keeps that thrill alive, offering every coin hunter a chance at their own discovery. The beauty of this story is that condition does not always matter. Even a dirty, scratched, or tarnished coin can be worth a fortune if it carries a rare error or anomaly. Value is not always in shine or perfection. Sometimes it is in uniqueness. That's why even a round, worn coin with strange silver look might one day command millions. The Denver Mint is known for precision, but history has shown us time and again that perfection is elusive. Mistakes slip through, and when they do, they create legends. The 1993 D quarter could very well be one of those legends, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone bold enough to notice. Imagine the power of such a discovery, your fortune changing overnight because of a single coin. This is the magic of numismatics, the study of coins that turns ordinary objects into treasures beyond price. It is not just about money. It is about history, mystery, and the stories locked within metal and time. The Washington quarter is a piece of Americana, but the 1993 Denver issue carries with it the chance of being more than that. For some, it could be the ticket to wealth, a symbol of luck, or even the spark that ignites a passion for collecting. Coins like this remind us that fortune favors those who look closely, those who pay attention, and those who never dismiss the small details. Every time you hold a quarter, you are holding history. And if that quarter happens to be the rare 1993 D, with its mysterious silver shine, you're also holding a possible ticket to wealth. Don't spend it without knowing. Don't let fortune slip through your fingers. That coin could be the one to rewrite your story forever. So, the next time you find a Washington quarter in your pocket, look at it again. Study it. Respect it. Because one day, you might discover that the smallest coin in your hand has the greatest power. The power to change your fortune overnight and make you a millionaire from what once seemed like only a piece of spare change.